Hey y'all, it's your girl Renee and I am back with another video. I recently got back from a trip to Cancun and honestly it was probably one of the best trips that I've been on in a while. So I decided to sit down, share my experience with you, talk about the hotel I stayed in, the shuttle I booked, and the excursions I went on, and really just give you all the information that you need before you book your trip to Cancun. If I don't answer all of your questions, just make sure that you leave those questions down below and I'll be sure to get back to you. Give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and let's get into it. So first, I want to give you some background about what we booked. So we booked from Friday to Sunday in September. We didn't get the Diamond Club, and the room that we stayed in was the luxury junior suite swim out. Location of this hotel really quickly. It's located in Puerto Morales, which is about 30 to 40 minutes away from what they consider the hotel zone. So the hotel zone is where, you know, the majority of the hotels are at. It also is where a lot of the clubs and bars and things of that nature are. So if you know that you want to go out and, you know, be in the nightlife and all that kind of stuff, this hotel might not be the best option for you because you're very far away from those things. So if you don't mind the 30 to 40 minute drive, then okay, you know, you can totally book at this hotel and you'll be totally fine. But if you know you're going to be going out every night, you might want to look into the chic suites, but it is an adults only hotel. Hotel does not provide a shuttle service, so we booked through a company called Happy Shuttle Cancun, and our round trip was about $20 a person round trip to get picked up and dropped off from the hotel. I highly recommend them. We had the shuttle to ourselves. It was easy to book online, and they're in constant communication if they're running late, and you can always call them and get an update of where the driver is. So I highly recommend Happy Shuttle Cancun if you are looking for somebody to transfer you to and from the hotel. There is another Royalton hotel located in the hotel zone. This hotel is about 30 to 40 minutes away from the Royalton Riviera Cancun. So when booking your shuttle, make sure that you're putting in the correct Royalton. Otherwise, you will end up at the wrong location, which is what we actually did. Let's talk about arriving at the resort. So like I said, it's located about 15 minutes away from the airport. When you get there, you will be greeted by the bellman. They will take your bags and store them for you until you're able to get into your room. We were able to check in when we got there. We arrived at about 6 in the morning, so it was super early, but we were able to check in, sign our paperwork, give over our passports so that they could make copies of that. We gave them, you know, our departure flight, all that kind of information, but we weren't able to actually get access to our room at this time. So our room wasn't ready until 12 p.m. that day. So what we did is we decided to book an excursion at 9 in the morning to kind of, you know, use some of our time while we were waiting for our room, and I highly recommend doing that. We were able to get breakfast when we arrived at the resort and take advantage of the all-inclusive since we had already checked in. So we headed down to breakfast. We, you know, started with our mimosas. We were able to eat, you know, all the food down there, and then they gave us a private area where we could change and get ready for our excursion. As far as booking our excursion, we booked it through viator.com, and I will leave the link below that links to the excursion that we actually did. We did the ATV, cenote, and zipline excursion, and it came with things like tequila tasting. It came with the shuttle that actually picked us up from the resort. It also came with some tacos and a few other amenities. It did pick us up from the resort. It was about $90 a person, and I highly recommend this excursion. It was through Adventure Cancun, and it was probably the highlight of my trip. Our tour guides were super amazing. Everything was very organized. I love that they picked us up and dropped us off, so we didn't have to worry about how we were going to get there, and I will leave the link for that below. So there were opportunities to purchase things like tequila after the excursion or different souvenirs. You could also buy water shoes there or different face masks so that you didn't get dirty during ATVing, and their price for the pictures was actually fairly reasonable. I want to say we paid about $60 and we got access to all of the pictures that we took the whole afternoon. So I highly recommend booking through this company, and I will leave that link down below for you. So once we got back from our excursion, we actually were able to check into our room. So we had a bellman help us with our bags to our room. You know, he unloaded everything for us, put all our bags away, and our room was beautiful. We stayed in the luxury junior suite with the swim out. If you have the option to do the swim out, I highly recommend doing it. We use our swim out every day that we were there. The servers actually come up to your pool and they ask you if you want to order anything, which is super nice. So you don't have to come out of your room to order drinks or anything like that. They will actually come to you and bring whatever you need to you. If you are somebody who wants to meet people while you're on your trip, this is a great way to meet people because the swim out is connected. So you are able to meet, you know, other parties that also have booked the swim out, which is what we did, and we you know, still keep in contact with the people that we met on the trip, which is super great. But yeah, it's just a great little plus to have. It does come with a jacuzzi bed. It comes, a jacuzzi tub. It comes with 2 mirrors. It's a beautiful room. I highly recommend this option. It comes with a bed. There's a couch. Super, super beautiful. So if you have this option, I definitely recommend this. If you do want a little bit more privacy, I would recommend, you know, booking a different option for a room because, you know, you're right next to other people, so you're guaranteed to, like, you know, run into other people. Next, I want to talk about my overall review of the property. So just the facility itself. The resort is very beautiful. You have access to the beach at this resort. There's a bar at the beach. There's cabanas. There's you know, day beds out at the beach, which is super nice. There's about 3 different pools. You are connected to the hideaway side, which is the adults only side of the resort, which is something that you should look into if you know, want that kind of experience away from kids. But to be honest with you, the people that we met that stayed at the hideaway, they actually liked coming over to the side that was a little bit more busier. But keep in mind that it is COVID time, so there's a lot less people at the resort right now. So it might have been a different experience if it is, you know, regular, not COVID time that you're staying at the resort. What I will say is that a lot of the things are kind of outdated or kind of a little worn, and I don't know if that's because of, you know, they've experienced hurricanes or just because the resort is a little bit older, but the resort was extremely clean. So, you know, the carpet might have been a little ripped up or the chairs might have been ripped up, but everything was very clean. So it's not this like pristine resort. It's not in the best condition, but it definitely is a very nice resort. They have lots of activities in the pool and in the lobby, which I really enjoyed. There was always something to do. You could be in the pool, you could, you know, be dancing. They had like water aerobics. They had different things of that nature, which I really enjoyed. You could go to the beach, and while you were at the beach, they did offer things like, you know, people came up to us and asked, you know, if we wanted to go do a massage or things of that nature. All right, so the resort has about 9 restaurants and 12 bars. They do have a bar on the beach, which was super cool. They have day beds, they have cabanas on the beach. There's even people going around asking if you want to do massages and things like that for an extra charge. Their pools, they have several pools on the property, and their pools have swim-up bars, which is one of the nice features that I really enjoyed. And we did get an opportunity to try several of the restaurants and their buffet as well. There were several activities at the resort. They did things like dancing in the pool. They had different shows. All right, so I want to talk about the food and drinks at this resort. So everything is included, which is awesome. Their food is, I would give it about a 7 or 8 out of 10. I think that they have a lot of great food options. They have, you know, options at the pool, things like ceviche and hot dogs and hamburgers, and they also have a lot more options at the buffet. If you do want to eat at one of their restaurants, they no longer are requiring that you make a reservation. So we were able to actually just show up at whatever restaurant we wanted to eat at for the night, except for the Zen restaurant, which is a Japanese restaurant, and just enjoy whatever we wanted. We tried Zen, which was very good. It's the Japanese restaurant there, and they do hibachi style eating. I would say that, you know, I really enjoyed eating at that restaurant, but were missing kind of some sort of seasoning or sauce there. And we also tried Taj, which was the Indian cuisine restaurant. That was also pretty good. It was different for me because I don't eat a lot of Indian food, but it was just nice to kind of try a variety of different foods. As far as the drinks go, they were able to make everything that I asked for, from a mango margarita to a mojito to a michelada. So there's a lot of options of what you can drink. They also have a menu where they have, you know, different options for shots and things of that nature. But definitely there's something to drink for. Highly recommend this hotel to anyone who's looking for an all-inclusive experience in Cancun. Their service was incredible, especially at the actual restaurants. You know, they made recommendations of what you should eat. Anything that you asked for, they were able to bring it to you, and they kind of went above and beyond to provide that service for you. I'm not sure if it was because of COVID and, you know, they had to have reduced numbers, but I really liked, you know, the attention to detail that a lot of the employees gave to me while I was there. You know, I can't really say anything negative about the hotel, aside from the fact that when we were leaving, they did lose my bag. So I actually left the resort without my bag, but they were able to find it fairly quickly, and they were actually able to ship it to my house. So even though I had that bad experience, they handled it very professionally. You know, they were able to find my bag immediately, and they really made me feel okay about leaving the resort, even without my luggage. From their service to their rooms and everything in between, I really enjoyed my stay here. Thank you so much for watching my video. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and leave any questions that you have about this resort or Cancun down below, and I'll be sure to get back to you. Thanks so much. See you on the next one.